November is Eevee month. And together with that, we finally have our very first evolution of the November 2023 update. Coincidentally, this is also the second Paldean Sync pair coming to the game. So, is Penny good? Or is only her song key good? In this video, we discuss. So with that said, strap on your seatbelts, sit tight, and let's begin this analysis video. Here we go! Yo, 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 this is Sol, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt, Yardis Team Skull Grunt, and this is Pokemon Masters EX, and in this video we discuss Penny and Sylveon, the very first out of many different EVs slash evolutions that you can get in today's or in this month's update. We have Penny and Sylveon, we have Elaine and Eevee, we have Eve and Eevee, we have the rerunning Eevee day banners from last year, we have Elio, we have Celine, we have the Evolution Eggmons, so many Eevees from this month. This is the very first one, Penny and Sylveon. And she is a support Pokefair with a Striker EX role. Striker EX role for support. Did we have anything like that? Yes, we did. We have Champion Blue and Zapdos, a support sync pair with a Striker EX role. And I'm not sure if we had any other because I did not even bother checking or EX rolling the sync pairs that came out from the past several updates aside from Pierce. So, is she good? Well, before we get to there, guys, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, let me know in the comment section if you are scouting for Penny and Sylveon. You know, she has a song key, and as, you know, the music of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Battle Penny slash Battle Cassiopeia slash whatsoever is a very one of the best battle themes in the entirety of Pokemon franchise. So, Penny has a pretty decent song key, although I think that the previous one, the original one, is better. In fact, I made one combining the best of the games plus the best of Scarlet and Violet. Combine them. You can check out the link in the description if you're interested. But, you know, huge shout out first to all the members of my channel for the support. Thank you, Shadow, Phil, Alcin. You're almost at 3 years. So thank you for all the support. If you want to join them, you can click on the join button down below. Help me make this channel continue making videos and stuff like that, because honestly, making this game is rather exhausting. And seeing a lot of you guys comments and in my Discord server and everything else talking about, you know, the exhaustion of this game, planning to quit this game, is honestly kind of depressing and demotivating as well, because the less of you playing, the less people watch these videos. So if you want to help me out, get me a little bit more motivated and stuff, you can become a member of this channel, help me continue making more of these videos, as well as thank you to the gifters of my channel for showering these people with memberships. Thank you so much. And if you want to help me out, outside YouTube, you can go to my Ko-fi page, which you can find the lower left part of the screen, ko-fi.com/splgum, and help me with my computer upgrade so that I can make better videos. You know, I hate how distorted my microphone goes when I scout, and I kind of want to change my microphone as well. I'm not sure how my mic is doing in this video. Hopefully it's not that distorted, but I kind of want to change my microphone to a better one. And good microphones are kind of costly, so better microphone, better videos, better performance, better upgrade, better rendering, video rendering speed, and whatsoever if you help me reach my computer upgrade goal. Hopefully, Hopefully. But that aside, let us now discuss about Penny and Sylveon. And this is just talking about Penny and Sylveon. If you're interested in knowing all the other sync pairs, you can check out my 1 out of 5 or none out of 5 scouting guide instead, where I discuss each one in brief. In brief meaning just one copy, but this video is gonna talk about 1 copy, 2 copies, 3 copies, 5 copies of Penny and Sylveon, her full kit. So with that, let's begin. Penny is the fifth. Okay, quite fast. Penny is the 5th sync pair of this update. Roxy is the first one, came out on October 31. You know, Ryuki just came out recently, and then there's Red, or there's Mixed Red, when I probably have to make another video of that, which people, yeah, according to the poll which I posted, have mixed feelings about. There are a group of people who really love his banner, offering all the limited units of the past, except for the fall units. Apparently, I think the recent fall units are not yet here. These two, I'm not sure actually. If I did not wait, are the fall units actually here? VEEVEE and who's the other one? VEEVEE and see, immediate Roxanne. I did not check if they're actually there, but obviously we don't have Signesuit, Roxy, and Pierce yet. But most, if not all, of the past units, limited units, except for the Master Fairs, are all in Mixed Red's banner. And that's what makes him quite good, or makes his banner quite good. Personally, I'm kind of irritated that I did not get Mixed Red yet, and you can only scout 9 times per day. It's kind of infuriating and kind of testing my patience. But hopefully we get Mixed Red soon. And then aside from that, you know, all the previous 4 sync pairs are already out. Now we have Penny. November 10 ends on November 29. Again, she's a support sync pair with a Strike EX roll. Interesting combination. And after her, 7 days after her, we have Elaine and Eevee, November 17 to December 6. And then 3 days after 17, 4 days after Elaine and Eevee, we have Elio and Celine, who has different types of scouts. You have tiered scout, which I think combines the raids with last year's previous evolutions, as well as a mixed, you know, duo variety scout rate, which I think should have a 1.5% for both of them, hopefully. This banner ends on December 7, and this is a tech plus support sync pair. So, Poke Fairs, you know, the benefit of Poke Fairs is that every single time you're able to get 1 copy, you're able to get 4 5-star power-ups, which you can use on anyone, not just on Penny. And you can get 4 support, or rather 4 roll cake coins of their EX roll. So you can get 4 strike roll cake coins, which you can use on her, or you can probably use on Mixed Red, or you can probably use on Signesuit Roxy, or any of the past sync pairs with a strike EX roll if you're able to get each per copy of Penny. So let's talk about the gem count. You know, we do not exactly get enough gems for all of them. This month's gem count is quite depressing. And unless you're able to get Eevee, you know, rather Penny on the first several multiples, you're probably better off saving for December, because December is normally the time when Master Fairs come out. We have had Master Fairs in December for the past, if I'm not mistaken, 2 years. So we can probably expect a Master Fair. Probably Volo, or probably someone else. Highly possible Volo. Highly possible. Highly? Maybe. It has been hinted twice now. First last month, or was it last month? I think it's last month. Was it last month when when the Hisuian units came out. And then this month, in the Mysterious Stones chapter, there was a little flashback to that, where Ray looked back and said like, oh, it's nothing. It's probably nothing. So, there's a high chance that Volo might come out on December. So, if you want, probably save your gems. But, we'll see how good Penny is right now. So, if you see this background image, congratulations, you have successfully obtained Penny and Sylveon. And this sync pair has two different attacks. One is Disarming Voice, the other one is her buddy move, Starry Draining Kiss. And Starry Draining Kiss basically is like Snatch, where you can restore HP as well as damage the opponent by a little bit. Disarming Voice hits everyone. Starry Draining Kiss only hits one opponent. Again, it eats or it snatches the opponent's raised stats unless the opponent has Impervious or anything that prevents their stats from getting lowered. It snatches the opponent's stats, brings them back to 0, and then raises your stats by the same amount. It also restores 40% of your HP, and you can use this twice. Okay, no comment. I guess nice recovery for her. You have X Special Defense All, which you should know what that does already. And you have VEEVEE Power, which has 1 MP. You can use this once. It gives you a move gauge acceleration, raises everyone's special attack +4, raises everyone's critical hit rate +2, and then gives everyone a gradual healing effect. Nice! If you get an MP refresh for VEEVEE Power, that means you can max out everyone's special attack, max out everyone's crit, and give you another regen effect. But just one use gives you a critical hit rate of 80% for your normal attacks and 50% for your sync move. And then, passive skills. This is good. The very first attack, you attack the opponent, which is gonna be Disarming Voice. The very first attack will get every single opponent a Fairy type rebuff, 1 stat of Fairy type rebuff, which means all the opponents will get a little bit weaker from Fairy type attacks, from anyone's Fairy type attacks, which is good. Mind Games 9 lowers the opponent's special defense -1 every single time you hit the enemy. So your Disarming Voice will get stronger and stronger and stronger because the opponent's special defense will get weaker and weaker and weaker. And a lot of Fairy types are special attackers. There are several Fairy types that are physical attackers. So the best way is to combine Penny with special attackers. Something like the Yantha. If you have the Yantha, or probably other sync pairs, which I probably won't discuss, but there are lots of other sync pairs with Fairy type special attacks. You want to pair her up with special attackers because number 1, lower special defense. Number 2, her trainer move raises everyone's special attack stat +4. And then Team Smart Command 9. When you use a trainer move, every single time you use a trainer move, that means X Special Defense All or VEEVEE Power, you give everyone a special moves up next +1. And this basically powers up everyone's special attacks by 40% per stat rank. You can use this 3 times in a row. You can use 2 Special Defense Alls +1 VEEVEE Power in a row, and that will raise your special moves up next effect by 3 stat ranks. That means 120% increase in special attack damage if you decide to go that way. So that is her base kit, guys. Base kit, you can steal the opponent's raise stats, you can recover HP, you can hit everyone and lower their special defense. You can give everyone that Fairy type rebuff to make everyone's special, or rather Fairy type attacks, stronger, either physical attacks or special attacks. You can raise everyone's special moves up next effect to a maximum of +3 without an MP refresh. And then, as a support 6-star EX sync pair, if you decide to 6-star EX her, you can give everyone a double sync buff if you sync with her and make everyone's attacks stronger. And that is it. That is her base kit. And, you know, sync pairs get better with their sync grid. But base kit itself, is it good enough? Well, fairy type rebuff for the very first attack is good. Not a lot of sync pairs give fairy type rebuff. We have one, which is, if I'm not mistaken, the very first sync pair as well to give the opponents a rebuff, which I think is Signesut-Wally. Signesut-Wally can give the opponent's fairy type rebuff after you use your sync move. I forgot what that attack was. What was that? Dazzling Gleam before the name change or something. I think it's Dazzling Gleam. I might be wrong. But it lowers the opponent's attack -4, it lowers the opponent's special attack -4, plus it gives the opponents a fairy type rebuff, making your opponents, you know, weaker to fairy type attacks. So you have to wait for one sync move cycle before you can use that. But this one, the very first attack will get the opponents that fairy type rebuff immediately, making your fairy type attacks stronger immediately. So, Penny is good for this reason. Now, let's talk about her sync grid. 1 out of 5, we got Clear-Headed and Stalwart, okay? 2 out of 5, interestingly, you get a multiplier. The higher your special attack is raised, the stronger your sync move is gonna be. So if I'm not mistaken, Champion Blue also has Brain Power. And this is unnecessary actually for support sync pairs. Support sync pairs are not known to nuke the enemy. There are several exceptions. But if you decide to give her that Strike EX roll, the higher special attack is, Brain Power will trigger. That means this unassuming sync pair gets to not really nuke the enemy, but hit the opponent quite stronger. Her special attack stat is not that high. But if you give Brain Power and make her 6-star EX, give her that Strike EX roll, now she gets a multiplier and gets to hit higher. I wouldn't say very high, but higher in terms of sync move, and it hits everyone. Flabbergast 4, 50% chance of confusing every single opponent if you decide to use Dazzling Gleam. Group Dragon Guard, similar to Lily, the original Lily, the very first fairy type sync pair with was it Group Dragon Guard or Dragon Guard only for Lily? Anyway, Natural Remedy prevents or removes status conditions, Quick Cure, Revenge Boost 4, and another Revenge Boost 4. So she gets 2 Revenge Boost 4s, which means she wants to get hit. And every single time you get hit, if both Revenge Boost 4s trigger, you get to recover 2 move gauges every single time you get hit. And X Special Defense All MP refresh 2 just to raise your special defense to maximum if you get this one. 3 out of 5, you got Disarming Voice, move gauge refresh 9, recover 1 move gauge every single time you use Disarming Voice. Satisfied Snicker 9, every single time you attack an opponent using Draining Kiss, or rather using Disarming Voice, you get to hit every single one opponent, as well as lower the opponent's special attack stat -1. So Mind Games 9 lowers the opponent's special defense. Satisfied Snicker 9 lowers the opponent's special attack stat. So you get to lower 2 different stats in one attack. Starry Draining Kiss Master Healer 1, instead of recovering 40% HP, you get to recover a little bit more. Sync Burst 1, if you use your Sync move, you get to recover 1 move gauge for all your trainer moves. So if you want to max out your special defense, maybe rather than getting the MP refresh, you get the Sync Burst 1. This also applies to VEEVEE power. You will also recover 1 move gauge for VEEVEE power. That means you get to max out everyone's special attack, max out everyone's critical hit rate if you get Sync Burst 1 after you use your Sync move. Team Fist Bump 3 is a good one. Every single time you attack an opponent, you have a 40% chance of recovering everyone's HP. Team Sharp Entry 1 is good if you want to max out everyone's critical hit rate at the start. Get this one, use VEEVEE Power, everyone's critical hit rate will be maxed. Team Sharp, or rather VEEVEE Power Propulsion 9. When you use VEEVEE Power, you get to lower your sync move countdown -1. X Special Defense All Shielded 1 to raise everyone's defense by 1, not just Special Defense +2. When you use X Special Defense All, making her a defensive support as well, a physical defensive support, not just a special defensive support. And 2 Sync Nuke tiles or Sync Move Power-Up tiles for her train or for her Sync Move. So that if you decide to give her that EX roll, she'll get more powerful by powering up her Sync Move plus Brain Power plus AoE Sync Move. So, nice tiles over here. I like how she is able to debuff 2 different stats now. And she gets access to Team Fist Bump 3. And I just kind of wish that, you know, support sync pairs, one of my wishes is for every single support sync pair to have synchro healing. And unfortunately, she does not have this one. She can give everyone that gradual healing by using VEEVEE Power. So every single one of your sync pairs can get to recover health by regen. She gets Team Fist Bump 3 so that if this triggers, every single opponent or every single one of your sync pairs is able to recover HP. And then when she's low on health, you can use B, Draining Kiss, or rather Starry Draining Kiss to recover her own health. So, can help everyone recover HP, just not in super efficient ways like synchro healing, but at least you get the regen, you get the Team Fist Bump, and that's that. But, you know, this is a Poke Fair, and Poke Fairs have 4 and 5 out of 5 tiles. So by getting 4 copies, you get Unfortuitous 9, which has a 100% chance of lowering 1 random stat, either attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness. So if you get this, when you use Dazzling Gleam on the opponent, not only do you lower the opponent's special defense through Mind Games 9, not only do you lower the opponent's special attack through Satisfied Sneaker 9, but you also lower an additional stat. Either another stat of special attack, another stat of special defense, or probably attack, defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness through Unfortuitous 9. So 3 different stats get lowered in 1 attack AoE, which is okay, but you need 4 copies for that to work. VEEVEE Power Move Crit Defense 9 is nice to prevent you from getting hit by critical hits. So if you decide to use this, but again, critical hit defense effect is not permanent. So if you want to use this to defend yourself from critical hits, especially this is nice through Legendary Gauntlet / Legendary Arena. Every single time the opponent's HP gets depleted, this 1 bar, normally the 2nd or 3rd bar starts off with a critical hit guaranteed. And by getting this, you get to prevent everyone in your team from getting hit with a critical attack. 5 out of 5, VEEVEE Power Team Brain Gain 9. So, as you might know, Team Smart Command 9, the passive skill, gives everyone a special moves up next effect by 1. So if you get this, Team Brain Gain 9, when you use VEEVEE Power, you get to raise everyone's special moves up next effect +2 instead of +1, because Team Smart Command 9 plus Team Brain Gain 9, that means all your teammates' attacks, special attacks, the next attack is gonna be 80% stronger immediately. Nice. And I guess my personal favorite, 5 out of 5, first sync move on opponent, Fairy Rebuff down. So this is good, especially if you have her Support EX, or rather Strike EX rolled. So when you use your sync move on the opponent, every single opponent, or if you do not have her Strike EX roll unlocked, that one opponent that you attack will have another fairy type rebuff -1. And that means all your fairy attacks will get stronger, even stronger. And again, she is a support 6-star or support sync pair. That means not only do you get that double sync buff, but you also get an additional fairy type rebuff. That means your attacks, your fairy type attacks, are gonna get way stronger after she uses her sync move. And that is Penny and Sylveon, guys. Penny and Sylveon, average HP stat, low offensive stats, pretty decent defense stats, speed stat pretty average, but you know, you cannot get everything in her sync grid. Except for one copy you can get everything. 3 copies unlocks special defense all, shielded 1, you know, these tiles that you see over here. I'm just showing some options that I have for you. So let's just duplicate this and let's see how good her nuking is actually with brain power, because I haven't tested this yet. So just in case we get something like this, let's power up all her special attack tiles. Let us... How many special attack tiles do you have? Okay, special attack tile over here. We got this. And this should kind of give us an idea how strong her sync move or her sync nuke is gonna be. So, all the special attack tiles triggered, plus the sync nuke tiles, plus brain power. If we give her, which is weird, if we give her critical strike too, you should probably give her vigilance instead. So, let's be realistic. Let's give her vigilance. So, vigilance. And let's see the damage. First attack, we give the opponent a fairy type rebuff -1. And then, the opponents might be confused. The opponents will not have any status conditions, just in case we're able to max out our special attack. And then, all the opponents are weak to fairy type attacks. We cannot give ourselves super effective up next. Let's just ignore that. Upgrade her to 6-star EX. We do not have fairy zone. We do not have weather. We do not have terrains. Calculate the damage. That means our sync move is gonna hit the opponent with 1,423,000, which is pretty low. 1 million. If we do not have raised special attack stats, our sync move will be 395,000 damage, which is very low. But if we decide to give her that EX roll, calculate the damage, 1,642,680. And after we give her the EX roll 5 out of 5, we give another fairy type rebuff. So fairy type rebuff -2. Calculate the damage, 1,895,400. We can get a sync buff +1. Let's see the damage just in case. Damage is 3,790,800. So kind of as a support sync pair, decent. Not the best, but decent. But yeah, these are some options. So this is a 3 out of 5 grid, 3 out of 5 grid. This is a 4 out of 5 grid. We got Unfortuitous 9, Team Sharp Entry 1, Satisfied Snicker. Team Fist Bump, I think, is a necessity. Because, you know, support your sync pairs, support your teammates. And 5 out of 5, we got a first sync move on opponent fairy rebuff down. We got Team Fist Bumps 3, we got Unfortuitous 9, Satisfied Sneaker, Revenge Boost 4. But again, there are other options. I just did not give Brain Power. Because I feel that I will not give her the Strike EX roll. Because there are other sync pairs that are better with the Strike EX roll. I just don't feel like maybe we'll give her the Strike EX roll. But I have some sync pairs in my head. Like for example, Fall Roxanne deserves the Strike EX roll. Probably if you want, Giovanni, Variety Giovanni does deserve it. And then there is Signusuit Roxy also deserves the Strike EX roll. And maybe some other Sing pairs deserve the Strike EX role. Ariana deserves the Strike EX role. Support Sing pairs not necessarily deserves the Strike EX role. Champion Blue as a, you know, Neo Champion unit as a Master Fair deserves it. He is so good. But Penny, does she deserve the Strike EX role? I honestly don't. No, it's completely up to you guys. But that is Penny and Sylveon. And again, she comes out on November 10, ends on November 29. Good things about her, she can give everyone a Fairy type rebuff on the very first attack. And if you have 5 copies of her, which if you're a whaler, you get 5 copies of. If you really love Penny, you get 5 copies. She can give another Fairy type rebuff to all the opponents. She can lower all the opponents' special defense and special attack stat if you have her 3 out of 5. Team Fist Bump at 3 out of 5. Multiplier at 2 copies. And then give everyone regen, give everyone physical move or special moves up next effect. Recover her own health. Recover everyone's health through regen. What else? Steal the opponent's stats. But that's about it. That is Penny and Sylveon, the very first Eevee or evolution of this update. And if I were you, I'd wait for Elaine instead, because Elaine, in my opinion, although she is a normal type, she is pretty good. And her kit is very interesting. And I will tackle her in another video after this. But you do you, guys. You do you. And just scout for your favorites instead of the meta. Unless you are free to play and you want red, you're a red collector. Unfortunately, you cannot scout for your favorite mixed red, because mixed red is just a pay-to-play unit. Paid to obtain. Well, technically paid to win. Yes, you win red if you scout for red and you're successful. So pay to win in that regard. Pay to win red from the scout. So unless you're a red collector, you cannot scout for that red. But if you're, you want Penny, then go ahead and scout for Penny. She gets a song key again, which you can listen to the background of this video. And yeah, that's it. That is it for my The Good versus the Bad video for Penny and Sylveon. If you reached this point of the video and you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, as well as let me know in the comment section if you are scouting. And if you're scouting for the song key, or just scouting for Penny being Penny, or for her VEEVEEs, or for whatever reason you're scouting Penny. For Paldea Supremacy, or something. They have to add the region Paldea soon, if they're gonna add more Paldean Sing pairs into the game. But that aside, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you want to help out the channel, you can become a member of my channel by clicking on the join button down below. Thank you once again to Ewiz and Jeremy for all the gifted memberships. And thank you to my Master Ball tier member, Shadowphil. And Pokeball tier members, Alcin, Roy, Luca, Jeremy, Ewiz, Kosei, Tatsuya Gold, Apsaras, and Pokefriendo. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And with that said, this is Sol, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt, your artist Team Skull Grunt. I will see you in the next video. Rawr.